This world is not what you think it is.
Remember,
This world is
all I'm
not
offering
what
is the
you
truth,
think it
nothing more.
So why didn't I flinch? Because the laws of science differ fundamentally from those of...
We know the Earth is not flat.
We don't. It's flat.
That's the YouTube channel. We just changed the name, so it's Levelheaded, Natalie and William. So if you guys, if you guys want to check this one out too, you guys will probably see this conversation tomorrow. So man, you guys have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping, man. Oh, all right, man. You guys have a good one. All right, man. Take care.
Time to say goodbye, sun goes by and on. But if you want to believe in a better life, find a way to try to come together, this one.
Hey, man. You got a couple minutes, or it's just a quick question, a multiple choice? Just a quick question. Is that yes or no? Yeah? Can I get a little closer so I can hear? Oh, it doesn't work. All right. All right, so very easy. We understand the physics of water, right? Water always takes the shape of the container. How would you describe the surface of the water once it settles and is contained? The surface of it. What was that?
It's got a curve to it, right?
Well, like for example, in this bottle or a pool. Let's say we filled the pool. How would you describe the surface of the pool once it's filled up with water? Could we say it's level? Level, right? Have you ever seen a spirit level, right? The one they use in construction? The leveling tool, right? So it has water in it because water always equalizes from the surface, right? That's our understanding of the physics of water, right? That's what always happens. So since we understand the physics of water, this is gonna be a very easy question, It's not a trick question. Which one of these two is correct? Since we understand the physics of water. Yeah, here we go. There we go. A, right? That's the obvious answer, right? So the reason why I do this is because, is it possible for me to trick you and basically warp your common sense to make you believe the answer is actually B and throw away basically A? You think that's possible or not? You think it's possible? What if I was to tell you that you've already been tricked to believing it's B? You just haven't realized it. You want to know why? Do you believe Earth is a ball? A ball, Earth, a globe.
I think it's like a round when you look at it, right?
Yeah, so that's what NASA shows us, right? So in order for Earth to be a globe, like NASA tells us, because NASA supposedly orbits the Earth, right? So they have to know the radius of orbit. So they have to know the size of the Earth. So this is the exact curvature rate. The radius is 3959, which gives us a circumference of 24,901 miles, which means by the third mile, there should be a 6-foot drop. In other words, graph B will represent that. So in other words, if we start at 5 feet, by the third mile, the water should be deviating from a level structure by 6 feet. So it should be 11 feet. And by the 10th mile, because that curve gets more exponential because it's not a slope, it's a curve. So by the 10th mile, it should be 66 feet. That's a 6-story building of curvature. But we know that it's not gonna be there. We understand water. We could build a pool 100 miles, 1,000 miles, fill it up with water. That water is always gonna be level. So that'll be the number one proof to debunk the globe. So we basically don't live on a globe. We live on a level plane.
So where's gravity coming from?
So gravity, I'm glad you brought it up. Gravity is just a theory. I don't know if you knew that. It's just a theory. And the reason why is a theory, because they didn't measure a force pulling stuff down. What they measured was the rate.
It's 8 pounds per square inch. Is that
No, that's you're thinking about pressure on Earth. It's 14.7. We have pressure.
semantics?
Yeah, 14.7. That's the pressure we have because of the air. So gravity claims to pull objects down, but what they measured was the speed of which objects fall, which is 9.8 meters per second. So they measure, that's a measurement of speed, which is the effect of a force.
Wouldn't that be semantics? Because I mean, you do ones with speed and ones with. That's like saying that like 1 gallon of milk weighs however many pounds. It's still that many pounds of milk is going to equal 1 gallon. It's not equal both ways. I mean, does the equation not work if you're just
No. One we're measuring air pressure, which is gas.
But that's so. Okay. So air pressure is what? Gravity?
Air pressure is basically, they try to tell, so by air pressure, you know when you have a cylinder and you want to create a higher pressure, like in your tire you requires 50 PSI, right? Out here, is 14.7 psi. So how do we create a bigger pressure system? We have to have an enclosement. So we need to have a container, basically. So once we create a container, then we can increase the pressure, right? So and even to create a vacuum, to create a negative pressure under 14.7, we also need a container to suck the air out of it so that the air outside doesn't rush in to equalize.
So what would that be, like our atmosphere?
So my point is, yeah, they tell us atmosphere is pressure, which means it's pressing against some kind of wall. So the Earth is contained. In other words, outer space doesn't exist because they tell us gravity is a negative pressure system, a vacuum, next to Earth's pressure system without a container. And we understand physics, in order to have pressure, you need a container. So I don't know if you heard of this, I don't go with it, but the dome theory, people go with the dome theory because, again, air has to be contained. I don't make any claims because I don't know what Earth actually is. All I know is that the surface is level. We don't know how it terminates. We don't know how the Earth ends. That's a mystery. So that's why they kind of keep us lied, so we don't find out what Earth actually is. And they also keep this from us because it's literally this simple to understand. The physics of water, it's very simple to understand. A 5-year-old can understand it. And that's why this is the #1 ridiculed topic right now on the internet, because of that reason. It's very simple to understand. This topic would literally destroy the system as is, like government, schools, astronomy, you name it. Anything that has to do with credibility about outer space will go out the window.
Rewrite the books.
What was that?
Rewrite the books.
Exactly. So another thing about history, I don't know, winners write the history books. I don't know if you ever heard that quote. So history is just all a lie. Columbus, all of that are just stories, like a religion. A religion needs a story if you're gonna buy into it. So government offers us that story, basically. They offer us a creation story with the globe.
What do you think about fossils?
Fossils, it depends. So there used to be giants. They found human 15-foot giants. They don't talk about those in the mainstream media. So what they talk in the mainstream media about dinosaurs and all that, fossils, they've been tested and they've been found to be like chicken bones all mashed together to make basically bigger sculptures of dinosaurs. So dinosaurs were a myth, basically. It's just a tax scam, basically, dinosaurs. And again, it's to feed the millions of years of evolution nonsense. Again, it's a bunch of theories holding up each other. The theory of gravity, the theory of evolution, the theory of the Big Bang.
Where do you stand on carbon dating?
Carbon dating, to be honest, I don't think we could date anything more than maybe 1,000 years, I think. Because nobody's ever lived longer than that. Yeah, you have to live 1,000,000 years to be able to date something 1,000,000 years. Yeah, so they kind of trick people in that field as well to make them believe that we're actually capable of dating things millions of years, but in reality, they don't. You know the method they do to carbon dating? The way they do carbon dating, like the way they basically date a fossil is by the surrounding area. So based on the surrounding area, how that looks, how the age, then they go based on that, how old that thing is.
Well, they test like the
That's what they,
carbon atom.
yeah, they test the surrounding rocks too, though. That's how they determine what the age of that one is. But the funny thing is that they do that vice versa too, to do the other way around. So it's kind of circular reasoning in a way. It's kind of to confuse people, just to give people an explanation. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I do because this topic is being censored. So I go out, to the public and speak to people. Actually, here, let me give you a flyer. These are the main topics. Water being #1. The horizons, basically another proof. Euclidean geometry, which is used in everyday construction. It's plane geometry. It can work from a curve. So building bridges. In China, there's a 100-mile long bridge that would have over 1,000, I don't know how much, over a mile of curvature that's not there, But yeah, man, I'm glad, you talked to me, man. I mean, have a good one. Bye.
Save it now for a better life. Time to break goodbye, sun goes by and on. But if you want to believe in a better life, find a way to try to come together, be as one.
You guys want to answer a question together? A really easy question. Elementary physics. You guys want to answer it? Want to give it a go? All right, so the question is about the physics of water, right? So we all know water, right? Needs a container, right? How would you describe the surface of the water once it's contained? Right? Horizontal? Who would that be? Now, this is not a trick question. It's a really easy question, all right? So which one of these is correct, since we know the definition of level and that water, basically that's the physics of water. Which one's correct? It's not a trick question. So you're saying A, you're saying A, you're saying B. Why is it B? So you think a curved line is a horizontal line or a flat line?
So you look at this, that's what you see?
So it's A, right? Obviously, right? So the reason why I ask you this is because What if I were to ask you, do you think anybody could be tricked to thinking, like literally, to believing that the answer is B, even though we know it's A? No, but literally though. He's kind of trolling, but not. But literally though. You think it's possible?
Could I make you believe it's B?
You think it's
still?
possible?
No, even though you know it's A, could I make you believe it's
You think it's possible? Right. You think you could? Okay, well, the reason is we all have been tricked to believe it's B. Even I believed it was B. You guys want to know why?
What?
You guys believe Earth is a ball?
What?
Do you guys believe Earth is a ball?
Yes.
A globe? So in order for Earth to be a ball, they tell us is a certain size, right? 25,000 miles in circumference. So it needs to curve, right? So at 3 miles, it should be curving 6 feet. So it should be dropping 6 feet in 3 miles. So if we were to build a perfectly level structure, like a platform, perfectly horizontal, over a lake or a body of water, we should be able to measure that curvature. So if we start at 5 feet, in 3 miles, look at this, there should be a 6 foot drop. So it should be 11 feet. So here's a curvature calculator. Look, let me show you guys so you guys could take a quick look at it. So that's the exact curvature formula for the Earth. So even if the Earth was double its size, that curvature should still be there, half of that curvature, even if it was 4 times the size.
And that's NASA.
So the fact is, we understand the physics of water. It's a perfectly level line all the time. Doesn't matter if we make this bottle 1,000 times the size, 1,000,000 times the size, the water inside of it is always exactly. So the number one proof people like to use for the globe is gravity, right? Everybody thinks gravity, it's a force that pulls water and bends water, right? So gravity, first of all, it's a false argument because it has nothing to do with measuring curvature. Because even if gravity was true, it was pulling it, we should be able to measure it, right? But the fact is gravity is just a theory. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Gravity, it's the measurement of the rate which things fall.
Yeah, so it measures the weight, it's the measurement of speed. So it's 9.8 meters per second, exactly. So it doesn't measure the cause of why things fall. It's just measuring the effect, which is speed. Speed is an effect of a force, So they trick us into believing in gravity to believe in this. So it's basically a belief to back up another belief. You know what I'm saying? So do you guys have any questions about this? You guys heard about this before? I'm pretty sure you guys heard about this, right?
Yeah.
How long ago did you guys hear about this? No, about flat Earth, about the Earth not being a globe. How long ago did you guys? Because I came across this 6 years ago. It exploded on the internet in 2016, and it's been censored since like 2018, 2019. And that's literally the reason why I'm out here with these, just to show people the simplicity of this. And that's another reason why they're hiding it, because it's literally this simple to understand. And they're basically just trying to confuse us, keep us all basically with our, like chickens with our heads cut off, just following orders, just basically, so we just basically are, just do what we're told. Yeah, basically. So they want us dumbed down, basically. So if you don't trust your own common sense that obviously this is what water does, and you throw away your common sense to believe this, then you have no common sense. You know what I'm saying? Then you're just gonna follow orders, So it's basically, they lie to us to dumb us down. It's a simple way to put it,
When we know the Earth is mostly water.
Yeah, and again, the physics of water, we all understand,
So it's impossible to make
Water.
water into a ball.
Basically, you can't make shapes with water. Water just always takes the shape of the container. No matter if this container, doesn't matter the shape of it. It always takes the shape of it, but the surface always equalizes. That's literally where we get the term water level from, or level, in other words, horizontal, right? It's the number one measuring tool. We use it in construction, when building bridges, when they put railroads, everywhere. Anywhere on Earth, water is the number one horizontal tool. You guys want to take some information home so you guys can check this out? I have some flyers, with, So again, this is like, if you go on YouTube, type flat Earth, literally just ridicule. That's literally the number one proof the globe has, ridicule, because it literally has nothing. So I just, giving you guys a heads up, because there's gonna be a lot of ridicule. That's why a lot of people are not doing what I'm doing, because, there's a lot of pressure, basically, to come out and talk about this because of all the ridicule. You know what I'm saying?
You tell them it's ridiculous. It's foolish.
Basically. So here, let me give you guys a flyer. 1, 2, 3,
But
4.
these are direct links.
Yeah, I have direct links to websites because it's being removed from YouTube as well. Here you go. You could get one to him. So, yeah, I don't know if the mainstream is controlled. I don't know if you guys knew that, but the news, all this, it's all being filtered. All the news we get is being filtered. So the best thing we could do is literally go out ourselves, document things ourselves, experiment ourselves to find out for ourselves. Because taking out somebody else's word for it is like a religion. It's just like taking the priest's word. You just have to believe them, you know what I'm saying? If you guys want to check, I do conversations like this all the time. Well, I just started in public. If you guys want to check it out, I can give you guys the channel to check it out. Just to check out the conversations, that I have with other people. I've actually spoken to NASA employees as well, ex-NASA employees, but everybody's the same, We all understand water, but we all just believe that it does something else,
Why
Right, here, let me give you a...
Kills, you don't ask. Well, I don't know why he killed somebody. He did it. And he
So, let me give you guys a card. That's the YouTube channel. We just changed the name. So it's Levelheaded, Natalie, and William. So if you guys, you know, if you guys want to check this one out too, you guys will probably see this conversation tomorrow. So, man, you guys have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping, man. Oh, all right, man. You guys have a good one. All right, man. Take care, man. You too. Hey, sorry to interrupt. You guys want to answer a really easy question real quick? It's a multiple choice. Yeah. So it's about the physics of water. So water, right? It needs a container, right? And the surface of the water, when contained, how will you describe the surface? The surface of the water. Flat, right? Could we say it's level, right? Water level, that's what it means. So your definition of level, what would that be if we were to say like, it would be horizontal, right? That's the literal definition. So like I said, it's not a trick question, it's very easy. So based on that, since we understand what water level means, which one of these two is correct, A or B? A, right? That's the obvious answer. So the reason I do this is because even though we know the answer is A, over 95% of the population, maybe even including you guys, and I used to too, believe the answer is B instead of A.
To make you believe it's B, even though you know it's A.
Right. But so basically it leads me to this question. Do you guys believe Earth is a ball? The Earth, right? So in order for Earth to be a ball, all the oceans and the lakes on Earth will have to be curving at the rate they tell us. So they tell us Earth has a circumference of 25,000 miles, which basically means, here's a curve calculator, if you want to take a look at it real quick. It curves at every mile, it curves 8 inches squared. So by the third mile, there should be a 6-foot drop. So if we were to build a perfectly level structure, like a horizontal structure, like a platform over a lake or a body of water that's 3 miles long, the gap should increase from the water and the level structure if it is a ball. So it should do this. This should, yeah, at 3 miles, we should see a 6-foot drop. So if you start at 5 feet, at 3 miles, they should be +6, the drop, the gap should increase.
This is using that.
So it's using the math that they tell us. So NASA, right, they supposedly go into space, right, into the ISS. So they supposedly have to know the Earth's circumference because they supposedly go around there, right, on the ISS. So they have to know the radius of orbit. And the radius is the distance from the surface to the center, right, which is 3959. So that's the exact measurement for that. So again, if we were to go out and actually measure the surface of water, because they try to tell us that water level means curve. You know, I don't know if you ever heard of the term sea level. Yeah, right, sea level, that's how we measure height and depth. We do it from a horizontal line. Because if we were to measure height and depth from a curve, in other words, a circle or a sphere, the heights wouldn't match up with each other. It wouldn't be on the same level. Same thing in the ocean. Submarines wouldn't be able to, you know, travel level under the water. Same thing with airplanes. Airplanes fly level because level means horizontal. Airplanes don't fly tipping their nose down till they get to the destination. You know, have you guys ever heard of people that question the shape of the Earth before? Yeah, right? It's a big topic on the internet. How long ago would you guys say you guys heard about it? Right? I came across this in 2016. So 6 years. In the beginning, it wasn't that censored. So the reason I'm out here is because it's being censored. I don't know if you guys knew.
On YouTube or anything
Yeah.
like that, all the videos are demoted. You'll get like popular channels that are
Just ridiculing it. Misinformation and ridiculing it. Yeah, that's...
making claims like there's an edge.
Yeah, they'll start mocking it with like an edge and stuff like that, or they'll try to put like a pizza dish in outer space, right? But the fact is, I know this might sound crazy, outer space, it's just a concept. I don't know if you knew that, right? Outer space, and a concept means that it's just an idea. So outer space, what we were told about the emptiness of space and the distance to other planets, all that is just someone's imagination, basically. So it's just a theory, basically. So it's just to make us believe in the globe, that we basically are a little dot in an infinite universe. But in reality, Earth is all that exists. And the lights above are just there. I don't know if you knew, navigators back in the day, they used to use the stars to navigate. Yeah, so basically the stars, to navigate, it only works from a level plane. To triangulate the stars, it only works from a level. If you do it from a curve, you wouldn't be able to navigate, basically. So I have some information. I don't know if you want to take some. There's actually a video there called 200 Proofs. Earth is not a ball. Let me get it. And I should have had these out already. Yeah, let me just give you this. You guys could take this. And you guys could check it out if you guys, you know, on your free time, because, you know, I'm out here because it is being censored. And, you know, giving the people the opportunity to take a look at the other side, you know, of the argument, basically, right? All right, man, you guys, you know, thanks for talking to me, man. I actually have conversations like this with people all the time in public. I don't know if you guys want to check it out, you know. That's our channel in the back. And the links in the front are the same ones on the flyer. But you guys could check the conversations I have with other people as well, about this topic, because it is being censored. And again, a lot of people don't have the courage to come out and talk about it because, it's the #1 ridiculed subject right now. So, yeah, basically. Yeah, so, but yeah, you guys should check it out, man. Trust me. Yeah, just have a good one, man. Yeah.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.